Namaste everyone. Welcome back to our segment CliniLaunch Knowledge Pod. In today's video, we are diving into what are clinical trial protocols. We are in 2024 and we almost forgot about the pandemic hit 2 years ago. Now, COVID-19 sounds like a story, right? So, let me tell you the story of COVID-19 from a research point of view. We are all very well aware of the magnitude of seriousness COVID-19 brought to the world, and we all felt safe after we received the vaccines. But do you know how these vaccines were developed? These vaccines were developed after a series of trials on human subjects. Now, to conduct these trials, one has to follow a particular protocol like how and why these trials has to be conducted. These procedures which any clinical trial follows is called a protocol. Simply, we understand protocol as a specific parameters one should and must follow when performing a particular task. In clinical trials, protocol is a document that describes why the clinical trials are conducted, how it is conducted, what are the objectives of the trial, design of the trial, methodology, statistical considerations, organizations of the trial, and it must protect the safety of the subjects and ensure the integrity of the data collected. These protocol documents are prepared by medical professionals after receiving the raw data from the clinical research organizations after their phase 1, phase 2, or even preclinical trials, for example. Remember, these protocols will change for every phase of the trial depending on the need of the trial. To make it very simple to understand, let's say the clinical trial protocol, which you know by now is a document, is like a roadmap or an itinerary which you prepare before going for a vacation. In your itinerary, you will include why are you planning this vacation, how are you traveling, and about your destination, your must-do things, places to visit, etc. In clinical trials, according to ICH Good Clinical Practice Guidelines, a protocol should include title page or general information, which is the name of the trial. In our story, it is the study of COVID-19 vaccines. Next comes background information. Background information tells you why are you conducting this study. I'm conducting the study on COVID-19 vaccines because the infection is spreading rapidly and is causing numerous deaths and other serious illness. Then the objective or the purpose of the trial. My objective is to prevent the infection, transmission of the virus and to protect against the infection. Next is study design. Study design is how am I going to conduct the trial, the design of my consent form, the setup of my research site, etc. I have to thoroughly analyze the risk-benefit ratio before I decide on the study. Okay. Then is selection and exclusion of the subjects. For example, if I am conducting the trial on human subjects, then I have to have certain criteria to include certain people in my study and to exclude some people from my study. Then comes treatment of the subjects. So now you have selected the subjects, you divide them into group A and group B and you can start with your trial. So you administer a particular dose of drug to group A and a placebo to group B to know the reaction. So this treatment chart will include the amount of drug administered, through what route you administered the drug, and this has to be maintained at every visit of the patient. For example, day 1, I have administered this particular dose of drug and these are the reactions. And this is the main component of the drug I have administered. At day 7, I have to repeat the same thing. Day 15, day 28, it goes on like that. Next is assessment of safety and efficacy of the drug. So after I administer the drug, I have to assess how my subject is responding to the drug. Did I attain my desired outcome, or is this vaccine safe for human use? And then is adverse drug events. Here I have to see on the course of the trial if there are any unexpected adverse drug reactions or adverse events. This may be due to the drug I have administered or may be due to other reasons like an underlying health condition of the subject or any other concomitant medications. Next is discontinuation of the study. Here I have to mention why I am stopping the trial at this particular stage. Did I already attain the outcome I expected? Or the risk ratio is more than the benefits? Next comes statistics, quality control and assurance, and ethics. A clinical research organization should comply with all the guidelines laid down by the ethics committee. Then is data handling and record keeping. It is a very important step to maintain the data for further analysis and review. At the end, it's your publication and you put the data in a flowchart or a timetable and you make a note of all the references. To brief it up all, a clinical trial documentation is developed after analyzing the risk-benefit ratio of the outcome of my trial, and it has to follow a rigorous documentation of every bit of information throughout the trial. Thank you.